You know what's better than having one guest, Jay?
Having two?
Yeah. And do you know what's better than having two guests?
Having two guests that brought me ice cream?
No. Having two sisters that are just like us.
That is very, very true.
Oh, guys, you are listening to Caregiving Youth Hidden in Plain Sight. We are so excited to be here with our guest. I'm going to let JJ do a little introduction here in a little bit, but they already know what tomorrow looks like. And we love that. And we're so corny about it. I know that our ladies are like, really? Like, girls, we hear this all the time, but they're in Australia.
Yay! I was going to sing that song, I Come From the Land Down Under, but I decided that was probably a cliche.
You all would, they would probably unfriend, they're not on Facebook, so I don't think they unfriend anybody,
true.
Jay. They're
very
like,
true.
Okay, Jay, you got to tell us about these amazing sisters who are even more amazing caregivers.
Get ready. So we have with us Alia and Nahla Ahmed. Okay, get ready. Alia is 16 and Nahla is 14 now, but they started caregiving at 10 and 8. In 2018, their mom had a relapse of polio, and the girls really stepped up and started doing everything from cooking and cleaning to helping their mom walk and just making life easier. And they are the true epitome of caregiving youth. Girls, we are so happy to have you guys here with us today.
Yay! Okay, you all are now just smiling at us. Okay, that's perfect. That's better. We're like, yay, we're happy to be here. They're like very shy.
Yes.
I love that. Oh, see,
they're coming out now.
Just like, okay, they're coming out now. We're coming out. All right. Oh, see, now that's what I was looking for. Okay. So, I mean, you guys are awesome. And we had an opportunity. I'm going to tell everybody, we had an opportunity last time. We started to record. We had a little bit of internet problems. And I think it's just the internet went under the water and it had to go through a whole time zone or 15. And so we came back tonight and it's night for me and JJ and it is morning for these ladies.
Yes.
So hopefully tomorrow is looking good. So you can let us know, text us later, keep us posted on how tomorrow looks.
Yeah.
And so let's start off with your all's kind of caregiving journey. Now I know Nahla's going to take the lead on sharing about kind of how it started. So for us, kind of the listeners and your viewers to understand, set the kind of stage for us. You guys were born. and then what happened? Like, because you guys are young, so it's like, tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll go into your caregiving side.
So we've lived in Australia all our lives, born here and everything, and we used to live in like a pretty big house and stuff, and then after in 2018 we left our family home due to domestic violence, and then went to living in apartments, and then that's when Mum had the polio relapse through all the stress of it, and then we started like helping her around a bit, like helping her walk and whatever, because it just like her walking just deteriorated over time, and
So prior to that, had she had those relapses, Nahla, or was the polio hadn't really been visible until she had that stressful event?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't like visible, honestly. Like a lot of people, she would say like, I'm disabled, and people would be like, what, you're disabled? Like they wouldn't see it, you know, they just see her as like a mobile person.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And that's hard for people with disabilities, mainly because, especially something like that, if it's intermittent and it flares up. And so let me ask you this, just kind of understanding your mom's situation. I'm assuming she's had this has been something lifelong that she's worked with. And it flared up after, but it's different because it was just the three of you, like the Three Musketeers kind of feel. And she didn't did you all live near family?
No, we don't have family in Australia, so it's just us.
Okay. So just the three of you. Well, and that makes sense that there's no one else but you guys. And so Nahla, You're the. I always want to make sure I get my girls right. Nahla, you're the youngest though.
She's the baby.
You're younger than Alia. You're the baby.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so let me see this, Alia.
Yeah.
What would be some? I think you probably started off on caregiving because you got 2 years on your sister.
Yeah.
And so, what were some of the things like? What were some of the initial things that you started doing? Because you all started caregiving at 10 and 8. So you were 10. What are some of the things that you did to help your mom?
Well, like, she didn't really know what was going on with her walking, and she didn't have crutches. So, like, we would help her, like, walk. I started doing that because, like, being 2 years older than Nahla, like, I was a bit stronger than her, so I was, like, helping her walk a bit. And then, like, Nahla would start to help as well, and things got really bad. And then we'd help her, like, with just cooking and cleaning and that sort of stuff. But, yeah, I did start business.
Yeah.
Not Alia, you're going to have to come closer to that you're going to have to lean in like how I'm leaning in because it's not what you, if you lean back,
We can't
see
hear
how
you.
this kind of goes back here? And when I come closer, you see how you can hear me better?
Yeah. Can you guys
So
hear me
you
better
guys need to make sure you're leaning in because you don't want to sit back, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Alia, I'm going to ask you again because I hardly could hear you, okay? Make sense? Okay, great. All right. So, Alia, you're the oldest. And tell me what are some of the things. You're 10 years old. You've moved into an apartment. You're just you and your sister. And she's a baby nugget. She's 8. And your mom. What are some of the things that you would do to help your mom?
Well, we didn't really know what was going on with her walking at the time. I was like, oh, her walking just getting really bad. So I started like helping her like with walk, kind of. And because I was like stronger than Nahla, I would always be like, no, it's fine. Like I'll help her. And I just started doing that. And then like as time went on, I started doing things like helping her cook, helping her clean, and going to appointments and just stuff like that. It's just kind of progressed.
So you went to appointments with your mom?
Yeah, as it like progressed, sort of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, did your mom? I just am curious. So, did your mom say, "Alia, you're going to have to help me," or did you feel like I just need to help my mom? Like, was that something you felt, or she was like, "I need you to get in here"?
No, I would just feel as if I needed to help her because like she's my mom and like she takes care of me, I'll take care of her.
Yeah.
I like that team. This is Team Ahmed. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a team. So when you went to the doctor with your mom, did you ever kind of give your opinion like, hey, I've seen my mom do this? Or did you ever hear your mom maybe not tell some of her symptoms and you just wanted to be like, raise your hand like at school and be like, hey, I have something to say?
Yeah, I definitely do that now. I only started going with her to appointments like maybe since year 9 or 10, something like that. But like as it progressed, I started going to more and more appointments with her. But yeah, I definitely put my hand up when I'm like at the doctor's with her. I'm like, hey, actually, like I've seen this and I've noticed this, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm not shy when it comes to doctors.
That's awesome.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was saying, Jay. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
So, Nahla, what are some of the things that you did? Because you were 8 at the time. And how did your kind of caregiving, like, what did you maybe start doing when you were littler? And what have you progressed to doing now that you're 14?
Like when I was like 8, I just helped with like helping her walk, like holding her arm and like walking with her, and probably just like it's just small things really. And then over time it just got like more like Leah said, going to appointments and stuff, and then like more like cleaning and whatever. And yeah.
Wow. It seems like it's made you, do you think it's made you grow up faster, like compared to the people you're in school with?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it has a
They're
bit,
not at home doing the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nahla, because there's a delay. So we're going to wait, and there is a delay. Eugene, you're going to have to edit some of this because there is a delay.
Yeah.
So, Nahla, how do you think how has this kind of made you, if you feel like this has made you grow up faster, what would you say about that?
I feel like I just, like say with like some of the people that I know that don't really like like they know, like say they have like chores at home, like they have to do, but it's not like these are chores, but they're not chores. Like you're doing this like to like help someone in need. You know what I mean? And just like your parents saying, go do the dishes or go like clean your room or something. You know, and I don't know. It's just I feel like I have grown up like a bit faster, a bit, and like more mature than them in some ways than others. You know, a bit. Yeah.
So I have a question. We interviewed somebody a while back, and they said when you have to be a caregiver, a youth caregiver, that when other friends at school, they're complaining because something went wrong and maybe they didn't get, the pair of jeans they wanted, they have problems looking at them and saying, that is not a problem. Like, I'm having problems because my mom can't walk. Do you have that perspective sometimes with your friends and be like, that's not a problem? How do you handle things like that?
Yeah.
Start with Alia.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if my friends are like carrying on about something, then I'll be like, oh, like that sucks. But I'll probably think to myself in my head, like, yeah, that's not too big of a deal. I don't think I'd actually say it to them. I'd just
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nahla, what about you?
I feel like it's a bit the same as well. Like, say if my friend's like, oh my God, I have to go do like food shopping with my dad or my mum or something. I'm like, and like, oh my God, I'm so not bothered to go. And I was like, do you usually go? And they're like, no, but I'm just not bothered. I'm like, okay. I felt like just saying just go with your parents, just be there for them, But like, because they don't have to do it on a regular basis, so that's just like for them, like, no, I don't want to do that. I feel like telling them just suck it up and go, but I'm not like that. I'm not going to say it to them because
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
you don't want to be rude, but I would think there would be times that it would be frustrating to be like, I could see, I'm going to tell you, when I was a caregiver, especially for my husband, and I used to think like, gosh, I wish that it was a lot easier than this. I wish that we didn't have to deal with this. Do you ever have those moments where you're just like, oh, I wish we didn't have to?
Nahla, you want to jump in?
Alia, how about you?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
That's okay. Do you ever get frustrated? Like, why is this happening to me? Why am I the one that has to be the one that takes care? Because Alia, you're also the oldest. And do you ever get those moments? And this doesn't mean you don't love your mom. Let's be really, really clear. Because I can tell you, I love my husband a whole lot. But there were times that I'd be like, this would be a whole lot better if I didn't have to deal with this.
Well, yeah, I definitely wish that being disabled wasn't the case. Like, I wish that she was able. I mean, she used to do track and field. I wish that she could still do that and stuff. But unfortunately, life has dealt me some not so good cards, and I just have to play them.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about school, Nahla.
Yes.
I'll start with you, and I want to know both of you. Tell me, because I know there are some days that you're not able to get to school or you're late for school. Do your teachers know what's going on? What does the school do? How do they handle that?
It took a while for them to properly understand what was going on. They just at one point they were just no, not having it. You're still going to get attention for being late. Until my mum kept calling and saying look, I'm disabled. My daughters are carers for me. If she has a fall or something, or she might take a little bit longer to get up, because she might be in pain or whatever. And then we're going to be late for school. And she tried telling them, they're not now they're more understanding, but otherwise from previous years they have not been understanding very much. Understanding.
We were talking about school the last time we met. And Nahla, I know that you had mentioned that school hasn't always been the easiest, and not because necessarily academics, but teachers kind of understanding and giving you some grace, because there are times that you had to stay home for your mom, even getting in trouble. So what was that? Can you share like what that was like and what happened?
Yeah, so it was especially at actually the start of like year 7. I used to get detentions for coming late to school quite a bit, and a lot of like absences or whatever. And then my mum was like had enough, and she was like kept calling them and saying like, my daughters are carers for me, like they can't help being late, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Like they didn't like personally choose to like come late to school, unless like she might have had a hard time coming out of the bed, or like she might have had a fall, or in a lot of pain in her leg that day or something. So yeah.
Do you feel like, are there any teachers, Alia, or any adult there in the school system that you can go to and depend on if you need to explain that? If someone's giving you grief, that you can be like, I need to talk to somebody and tell them.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's only been this week actually that the teachers have actually kind of had some sympathy for it, or like any understanding at all. But before it was just like no one I could go to. I would just like go home to my mum and I'd be like, can you call the school, because like I'm not getting through to them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be frustrating. What would you want teachers to know? What would you want teachers to know or to even ask you? So I'm going to start with Alia. What would you want teachers to know and to ask you? And then Nahla, the same question to you.
Yeah.
Well, I would just want teachers to know that every day is like different for me. It's like one day things can be like completely fine, and then the next day it can be like, oh, I'm going to be late because something happened. Like, it's not just like, oh, I can give them warning that something's going to happen. Like, it's not like that. I just wish that they could know that it's just hard sometimes. And I'm always going to be at school on time. And I just want them to ask me when I'm late sometimes, hey, like, was everything okay? Did something happen? And then I could explain to them, and I just hope they'd understand.
Yeah. That seems like a reasonable request, because we've got teachers listening. So like all over the world are listening is what our goal is. So we want the adults to better understand what you guys need. Yeah. And so Nahla, what would you ask of your teachers?
I would just like, let me tell you like what's going on, and like get them to understand it fully, and just keep telling them until they understand it, because like it seemed to be before like it wasn't going through to them, and like Alia said, like every day is so different. You can't like predict the future. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like one minute mom could be like fine, and the next minute she's like, oh, actually no, sorry, I can't take you to school. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
Do you all have the bus? Like we had a bus growing up, and if we didn't catch the bus, we got in trouble because our parents had already gone to work, and so we'd be like, ooh. So did you all have the option to take the bus, or like the school bus, or public transportation? Because I don't know how you guys get to school, or if your mom technically has to take you.
We do sometimes get the bus to school, like to make it easier for mom if she's having like a hard week, which she's like, just take the bus. But yeah, the bus, like it's just like a public bus, not a school bus.
Okay, so it is public transportation.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. You know, Jay, we're going to take a break real quick.
I have a question when we come back.
Oh, and then JJ's got a question.
I have a question.
I feel like they should get to ask us questions at some point.
I know.
We've got like 30 questions. Okay, we'll be right back. I don't know about you, but my inbox is always cluttered with useless emails. But there's one I always open, the Confessions of a Reluctant Caregiver newsletter. You may say, Natalie, what makes yours so special? Well, I'm biased, but don't just take my word for it. Here's what our subscribers say they love. First, it comes once per month, and you can read it in under 5 minutes. Next, you'll find amazing tips and resources to use in your everyday life. And who doesn't love a recommendation? These sisters do, which is why we share sister-approved products and discount links to save you time and money. And of course, you're first to know about the upcoming month's confessions. Just like our show, you're guaranteed to relate, be inspired, leave with helpful tips and resources, and of course, laugh. Go to our website, confessionsofareluctantcaregiver.com, to sign up for our newsletter today.
Hey, everybody, we're here with Alia and Nahla. They're in Australia, and they are caregiving youth, taking care of their mom. So here's my question. We're talking about school, we're talking about teachers, and sometimes they don't understand. You're having trouble getting to school, but tell me about your life, because every day is different for you. But tell me, are you out? Is there time for you to do things that regular teenagers would do? Like, tell me what you do. Do you get to play? Nahla, you want to start?
Oh, I thought Aaliyah was going to start. Sorry.
Whoever.
Because you were talking like before, just before they went.
Sorry?
Oh, because you were talking like just before they said we're going to take a break, so I wanted you to finish.
Oh, yes. Like I feel like I do still get to do like normal things that a teenager would do. Like I still hang out with my friends sometimes, you know. But it's very hard to plan hanging out with my friends, not due to mum's disability or anything like that, because like she'll take me anyway. It's just hard to like plan and stuff.
Yeah.
But I still like go out and whatever. Like say me and Leah, we still like go out places like to the city sometimes. Just recently, a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Alia?
Yeah, I feel like I still get to do like the things normal teenagers do. Like I get to hang out with my friends after school sometimes, unless mum's like really, really bad, or like she has an appointment that I will like go to with her, and then like I can be like, oh, sorry, I can't hang out. But other than that, like I literally get to do anything that a normal teenager would do, and I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So who is the lead caregiver, would you guys say? Is there one that takes on more than the other, or do you guys try to split it 50-50?
50-50.
I reckon we do it 50-50.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to tell you, if you guys are listening to this, these girls look like they're twins. So they look
do.
so much alike. And the more that I look at them, I'm like, oh, I see the differences. So, so tell me about, let's talk about relationships with your friends. We're not getting to the boys yet, but see, I said, Nala's laughing because I was like, And so we're going to go with your friends. And so tell me about what your relationships are like with your friends. Do you talk to them about how helping your mom, or do you just try to compartmentalize it, which is a big word for just kind of push it off to the side and I ignore it for a while? So Alia, why don't you start?
Basically, I don't talk to my friends about my caregiving real much, but I do tell them like, oh, senior school are going to try and give me a detention because like I was late, but I don't care. I was caring for my mom. Like, what do they expect? I'm just going to leave her there? No, that's not happening. My friends are like, yeah, you tell them. You do that. Go.
Okay, that's hilarious. But do you think that they understand a little bit, just having been friends with you for a while? And how did they try to support you?
They just kind of be like, oh, don't worry, just like go tell them you can do it. Like, they're like that. They're more like giving me like support. They're just like, you can do it, you know, being very supportive with friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, Nahla, how about you? Tell me about your friends.
I can probably count on one hand the friends that actually do know like what's probably going on with my mum. But like other friends, like they do understand it, but they don't properly understand it as well. So like I'll say they'll say to me, oh, do you want to hang out after school or something, or like hang out whenever? And I'm like, oh, sorry, that day I have to go to an appointment with my mum. They're like, why can't she just go by herself? I'm like, no, I have to be there for her, you know. And they're like, no, why can't she go? Or why can't your sister just go with her? I'm like, no, sorry, I have to be there. Because I tried explaining to them like why I have to be there, and they just still don't get it. I'm just like, okay, buddy, okay.
So I know you guys are part of the program in Australia, Little Dreamers. And so when you're talking with other people that are your age and they also are carers, do you feel like they're more apt to understand? Like you guys can tell me about that. So your relationship with your regular friends versus the people that you've met that are actually carers. Tell me how different that is, or how it's different.
Alia.
They seem like they understand more because they're all also carers, and like they know what it's like to have to give up time to care for a family member. And yeah, I feel like they definitely would have a better understanding.
Do you think when you are able to share that sometimes, Alia, that helps you, that you can kind of get it off your chest if there's something, you've had a really bad day and you want to tell somebody, you know, my mom, I've had to, it's a hard day. If you can share that with somebody, does that help? Or
I actually find it better if I don't talk to people about my stuff, actually. I mean, like, if I'm upset about, like, something that happened to Mum, like, I think telling people about it just gets me more angry and worked up.
Okay.
Like, if I
That's
was,
interesting.
like, like, my mum had a fall today and it was really bad, and, like, I'm really worried, blah, blah, blah. Like, talking about it would probably make me more worried. I'm better off, like, doing something to distract myself, like hanging out with friends or doing something like that.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's important. We heard that's something similar. Nahla, how about you, babe?
Yeah, I feel like it's better because like they do understand, like Alia said, they understand more. Like if you just say, like, they just understand better. They just like they get you. They're in the same position as you. So,
do you all share tips and tricks to doing things, Nahla? Do you all share like, hey, I had a really hard time doing this, and somebody says, oh, I did it like this. So, what are some of the tips and tricks that you all have given to each other?
Like me and Alia, or
even that you've learned at Little Dreamers. What are some and from other youth carers? What are some tips that you all have shared with each other about how you do things?
Like we all like there'll be times where we just like all sit down and like talk about like things to like I guess like calm us down a bit. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like listening to music or like doing something that like you enjoy, like going for a walk or whatever. Yeah, just like trying to clear your mind or something. Yeah.
Is that your go-to, Nahla? Is it going for a walk or listening to music? What are some of the things that help you when you feel stressed?
Just sitting down and using my phone, honestly.
Okay, so using distraction. Okay. So I know that you're already following us, right? You're just looking at you're following me and my beagle right behind me, I'm sure, my Daisy. But I don't know that you guys are on Facebook. So, Alia, what are some of the strategies that you use when you feel kind of stressed? What do you do to help kind of get back to center?
Listen to music.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it Taylor? You can tell me if it's Taylor Swift.
You can.
Taylor Swift. It's more rock music.
It's more rock music.
Yes.
Okay, okay, wait a second. Who's your favorite band?
They're all Japanese bands.
There you go. Yes.
What is it that BTS? Is it that little
Korean.
cute little boy band?
They're Korean.
They're Korean.
Oh, good. That shows you how hip I am. I'm 48 and super white over here. Now they're both laughing and covering their mouths because they know. See, I just call it the way it is, girls. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So Okay, so let's see if we can call out the band and then we'll tag them on this episode. So, what is your favorite band, Alia?
My favorite band would probably be Hitoria.
Okay.
It's a very good band. I like all of their music. I like all of their albums, and I think they're really good.
Are they cute by chance?
Not really.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I always like the boy bands when they're cute.
They're very cool.
They're cool.
Oh, they're cool.
That's different. That's
Very
different.
cool.
So do you play the music really loud, Alia, or do you pop in some earbuds? Loud?
Yeah, I play it like loud with my yeah.
Yeah, loud.
I play it loud on the TV as well. I play it loud on the TV.
That's funny.
All right, now what's your band? Or what's your
band?
go-to? Yeah.
I like okay, wait, let me think. Okay. I like Rihanna. I love her music. Love it.
Yeah.
I like oh my god, I love The Weeknd. He's really good.
Okay.
I think that's it, to be honest. I don't know. I just go with it. Like whatever's good's good. Just go with it. You know.
Whatever's good's good. Alia.
I just realized they're actually my favorite band. We cut that bit out. They're not my favorite band. My actual band. My actual favorite band. I was just thinking about it. My favorite band is called Singers High. They are a Japanese band. Yeah, I love them a lot.
Okay.
All right,
we had a runner-up now, so we have a first prize winner.
So now, I mean, this is pretty significant. I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So, Nahla, Alia, you like to listen to the music. What do you do when you need to take a breath? Like when you need to step out, if you're like, I need to chill. So I know you hang out with friends. What's another go-to for you? Like, what are other things you do?
other than hanging out with friends, I'll probably like, I don't know, just seriously just watch music videos.
So, I mean,
Oh,
because this, what I keep hearing is like, you guys are like normal teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got some caregiving responsibilities, but you're like, I'm not letting this define me. I'm still going to have my childhood. I'm still going to listen to Japanese bands. So, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. What would you, I'm going to throw a question at you guys. What message would you like to share with other young people who might find themselves in a caregiving role? Nahla, you go first.
I don't know. Just like try and find things that will like relax you and calm you down, and don't let it like get to you too much. You know what I mean? Like stressing about it too much, and try and see if there's like help, like not help as such, but help. You know, like organizations like Little Dreamers, you know, that can like, be there for you, and like you're not alone. There's like other people in your situation as well. Because I know you'd probably feel like you're you're the only one going through this, even though you're not. There's like a whole like group of people that are as well. Yeah.
So, Alia, what advice would you give to other caregivers who don't even? What would you get? What advice?
Try and find some support systems, like organizations like Little Dreamers or stuff in their own country that they can link up with. And also, if you can share your problem like with your friends, if they understand, then I feel like that would be really good. Or like even talking to maybe another adult that you trust about it, because like I don't want anybody to be alone. You know what I mean? Like everyone should have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
I really respect that, because nobody, I think that's the hardest part about caregiving, regardless of what age you are. I think you can feel super alone.
Yeah.
Like nobody understands, nobody gets it. And, you know, and it's not, and again, that's the thing. What I'd hear from you guys saying is, I hear you like, I love my mom. I love my mom. I'm not sacrificing my mom.
Yeah.
And at times I think, but it's also, you're also, both things can be true. It's also hard.
Yeah.
And you can be like, oh, sometimes it sucks. And so let me ask you this. When did you guys get connected to Little Dreamers? How did you find out about them? And like, what are some of the things that you do with them?
My mum saw an ad about them when I was homeschooled in 2021. And she said to me and Nala one day, you know, what you guys do, you guys are actually like carers for me. I was like, actually? And she's like, yeah, actually. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, there's like this organization that like gives support to children who are caring for like a family member.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be really good for you girls. And I was like, okay. And then it's after that I realized, wow, I'm actually a carer. Yeah, we do things like go on holiday programs. Like one time they took us to the movies. They take us on camps. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your favorite thing at camp? And then Nala, I'm going to ask you the same question. What's your favorite thing at camp, Alia?
Good question. I think I liked on the racing camp. I went on a night walk with my friend. That was the best.
Ooh, you went on a night walk with your friend?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nala's like, oh, you're going to get in trouble.
Everyone was worried, but we were with one of the team leaders, so it was fine.
Oh,
fine.
Like, Nala almost called you out. That was funny. Okay, Nala, okay. I love the two of you guys, because I would do this to JJ and Emily. I would totally do this to them. Okay, so Nala, what about Little Dreamers? What are some of your favorite things that you really enjoy doing, and how has it helped you?
Honestly, I like the camps.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just really fun. Like good to like just like be away. Like I don't know. Like it's good to get out. You know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Well, so I know you're struggling to describe it. What are things that you do at camp? Like, because people don't know what camp is. I don't have a clue what camp is.
Yeah. Like on the recent camp that we went to, we did like lots of activities. Then we did like some talking about our caring roles. And yeah, I guess, Alia, I don't know.
We did a vertical challenge, which was where you were climbing upwards on like these wooden things, like ladders and stuff. But
Yeah.
I sucked at it. But
She just leaned over and said, I sucked at it.
I was
Okay.
worse. I was so bad at it.
Okay,
that's-
laugh at yourself, and that's so fantastic. That's what matters. So
It was like, I think there's, I don't know how many like levels there were of it. I got up to the first one and I was like, I'm done. And the guy was like, no, I reckon you can go more. I was like, I reckon not. Like, let me down.
but no, mate, not today.
So let me ask you a question, because some of our, again, we always want to, we talk to a lot of different people. So some people worry when they have to leave that loved one that they normally care for. How do you guys handle that? Do you talk to your mom while you're gone, or who's caring for her then? How do you guys handle being away from your mom?
I text her like sometimes if I'm on camps and stuff. It does worry me that like, oh, like she's by herself. If something goes wrong, then like who's gonna help her? Like me and Nahla are like her only carers, so like that does worry me. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I have to like go out and do my own thing as well, and I can just only pray that she's fine. And if she's not, you know, she can help me.
Yeah.
It sounds like she encourages it. It sounds like she's the one that found Little Dreamers. So
Yeah.
And she wants you to. Jay, we're going to take a break real quick.
Okay.
And we'll be right back. Hey, ladies, I need to interrupt for just a second to share about the Sisterhood membership. It's basically a sale every day. And the best part, it's free. Here's the details. We're partnering with our friends at Benefit Hub and other care partners to save you money. With over 200,000 participating companies across the US and abroad, you'll find discounts at your favorite local stores, huge savings on vacations, amazing deals on home, auto, and supplemental insurances, and everything in between. Go to confessionsofareluctantcaregiver.com to sign up, and then definitely tell your friends about it. They can join too. Trust me, there's a discount for everyone. And don't forget, it's free. Okay, back to confessing.
Hey, everybody. We are back here with Alia and Nahla, the sisters from Australia.
They're our next generation of podcasters.
They are the next generation of podcast.
They're going to be like, you should totally have your own podcast where you all are just like, let's talk about Japanese boy bands.
That's true.
And let's talk about our favorite bands.
Okay, so you guys you're growing up. I mean, you know, you're not, well, you're still puppies, as Natalie would say. So
yeah, but this one pup is 16. I mean, she's
16.
2 years away
like,
from graduating from like high school. Look at her. She's like, that's me.
So tell me, like, you're going to be careless because your mom is she may always have these flare-ups. It may be, you know, it's a lifelong thing. But tell me, has this done anything to what you think about your future, what you're going to do for jobs or careers or school?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I say what I want to be when I grow up. I still don't know, Alia, but what do you think?
They don't know, and she's 50.
Yeah.
Oh.
She told me.
It's fine. You don't look 50.
Thank you.
That is
Alia.
so sweet.
Thank you, Alia.
I know what that means. So, Alia, what are you thinking about your future? That's what I was actually, I'm glad you asked that question, Jay. Like, how has this influenced you and will influence your future?
I don't think my caring role has influenced my future very much, but I know that I definitely want to like own my own business, whatever that may be. I'm not sure yet, but I know I want to own my own business. I want to study business as like a subject at school. And then after that, I'll probably like leave school and do a business course probably. And just learn about how to like get your products out there, how to like get people to manufacture it in like factories and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
She just went into manufacturing and everything. I was like, wow.
She's distribution. She's international distribution. Clearly, she's going to go to Japan. And we're going to get her connected with Debbie, our friend who does marketing.
In Japan.
In Japan. She was an American and she lives half the time over in Japan, and she knows all the tricks. She would be really cool. Debbie, I know you're probably listening to this. She would be really cool for you to talk to because she does marketing and she does products and all kinds of cool stuff. She's like, we think she's really cool.
Yeah.
So, Nahla, What do you see your future looking like? I mean, yes, you're a little younger at 14, but like I know you all that little dreamers, because I love the name of it, has you thinking about your future so that you're not kind of stuck right here in the now.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself?
I want to like as in job or
or career or going to college or anything.
I want to go to uni, definitely. I wanted to do like, but not for like maybe until I'm like my early or like mid 20s. I want to be like tradey a bit, like building and stuff. Yeah, probably. But then like after that, I don't know. Like wait for longer. Like when I'm older, I'll figure that out.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
You're totally allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd go into a caregiving type profession though? Or do you think I want to do the opposite of what I've been doing? I see Aaliyah shaking her head like, not today.
I don't want to be a nurse. Yeah.
I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a social worker.
No.
Oh, I feel like Aaliyah maybe has a blood issue. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
I don't think I could like care for my mum and care for someone else. I don't know. Like also I've heard people like talk about how like they work in like elderly homes and they came from the elderly people and like they pass away and like they're really attached to them.
Oh no, stop! That's so sad.
I know. Like so sad. No, there's no way I could do that. Not happening.
Well, and that's okay because I'm going to tell you, I mean, I'm a social worker but there are very specific people I prefer to work with. I prefer working with kids and because I like hanging out with kids and I like shooting ball and all that stuff. So Nahla, do you think that you would ever go into do you think going into something like that, a helping profession even?
No.
And that's okay. I
heard her say building and stuff like that, and I'm like, you that is right up my alley. I feel like she's going to be an
architect. I mean, she could be in housing.
Yeah.
You said building.
I feel like it's more Leah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to be an interior designer.
I want to be an interior designer, and then I want to be an architecture, and then I want to be an animator, and now I just want to own my own business.
That's like me. I change what I want to be like every 2 seconds.
That is okay. I do as well. I do as well.
I want to be a personal trainer.
Oh yeah, you're doing that now.
And I'm studying a sports and recreation course, but like I'm gonna leave that. No.
That's actually really funny. Let me ask you this. Do you all get to do any kind of like advocacy where you talk to other adults and say, hey, we'd love for you to change this or make this more available to us as young carers?
Not really.
No.
But I feel like if we would talk to someone about like that, like in our school or something, maybe in the past probably would have fallen on deaf ears.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What do you think, this is a big girl question here. What do you think is the biggest misconception about young caregivers? What do you think the adults don't like? They think of one way and you're like, it's not like that.
Well, firstly, I think that they think, oh, you just like have to do all your tasks and then you're done. But like, it's not like that. Like I had one teacher tell me on the phone, well, can like you like do all your tasks that you have to do today, so then you're like back at school tomorrow? I said like, it doesn't work like that. And she's like, Aaliyah, let's be realistic. You're not going to be like on top of your mum all day. And I'm like, that's not how it works. Like I would just take all the things I have to do for her in a day and just do them all at once, then go to school. I would, but that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That sounds very real. That's really real.
Yeah.
Nahla, what about you? What would you say is like biggest misconception?
Honestly, about like what we do as carers, like they just don't understand unless you properly tell them, because everyone's situation is different, you know what I mean? There might be a few people that are like, oh yeah, I do the same kind of caregiving role, but I've never met anyone that's like done the same caregiving role as me and Aaliyah. So it's so different for like everyone.
Yeah. That's interesting. So I feel like we're getting close to that time.
It is. I'm
which
ready.
is, it's time for sister questions. Are you ladies ready?
Yes.
I love it when you all want to play. Okay.
You're like, all right.
Do it, Jay.
All right, here it is. Who is the bossy sister?
Me.
I can see Nala's hand raising up.
Yeah, I'm like, who is the one? Go ahead. Go ahead, Leah.
Oh no, she's just really bossy. Like walking me around. She acts like she's the oldest. Stop stealing my role. My title, I was on this earth before you.
Yeah, I hear you, Aaliyah. As the oldest, I totally understand. Here's the deal. They just think they're in charge. That's just like Natalie. But you and I, we're really in charge. And my job is to keep Natalie alive. That was my job all my life, just to make sure she didn't go to jail.
Oh, it's the truth, Nala.
It's
her job was
okay.
keeping me alive.
That was it. I just
It was
needed
hard
to make sure.
good choices.
Yeah, that was my job. So it's okay, Aaliyah. I'm there with you, sister. So bossy sister, make note of that, Natalie, is Nala. So I always ask her about siblings.
I align with Nala right now because I can tell like she's got some sass. And so she's all like, this is how I roll, girls. Okay. I've got a couple of questions, but I think it's time to talk about boys.
Oh, this is going to be a very short conversation.
Said by Nala.
And I'm telling you, and Aaliyah.
I've
Okay,
never had a boyfriend, so...
Okay, great, because we have this boy in the UK that we would love to introduce you to.
I'm gonna go so soon.
So seriously though, do you feel like, okay, Aaliyah, you never had a boyfriend. Nala, boyfriend, no boyfriend?
No boyfriend, I go to a girls' school.
Yeah, we go to a girls' school.
Oh.
Walk girls' school. And we're homeschooled the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's hard to meet boys then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So do you get to meet boys and make friends at Little Dreamers at least? And you've got other guys there and you're like, oh, okay. So this is pretty. This is what you go through.
Yeah.
You did not tell me you go to a girls' school.
Oh,
Yeah, we go to school. Also, one secret, they try to act like they're a private school, but they're actually a public school.
Wait, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. You can talk louder.
Some of the teachers act like it's a private school, but it's not a private school.
Yeah.
They try to act like it's a private school. Like, it's a girls' school, we're super fancy, but like, no.
It's not. No.
Okay. And the last question, because I know you girls got to start camp. Okay. What is your favorite, and this is what the big adults say, guilty pleasure. So what is your favorite thing to do that you just do for you? Aaliyah.
I'd say probably like going out on walks or like begging my mom to let me go to the city.
So begging your mom to go to the city?
Yeah, to let me go to the city. I love
Do you get to go by yourself?
Yeah.
You get to go by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you do when you get there? That's my question. Are you a shopper?
what do you
go
do?
to cafes or what do you do?
I go to Melbourne Central, which is like a shopping centre.
The big shopping center.
Yeah, it's a big shopping centre in the middle of the city, and it's really fun. And I also like walking through the botanical gardens.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I found, when I was at the botanical gardens, I found like this thing, and it looked like this temple like in another country or something. I was like, I think I got teleported to another country. I walked in there, and it's all about like World War I and World War II. I have a great grandfather who was in World War II, or actually no, World War I. My bad. He was in World War One, and I said I'm gonna try and find his name on this thing. It was like a system, yeah, it had all the soldiers' names on it. And when you find like your relative, you can put like a digital poppy next to their name. And I searched his name, finally found it. Like it took me 10 years of scrolling, and I said, and I put a digital poppy next to his name. That's gonna be there.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I love that. Okay, Nala, what is your favorite thing to do that you do just for yourself?
It's not like, it's sort of like just for myself, but like I'm with Mum and Aaliyah most of the time. Honestly, just like going to the shopping centre, you know, I love going there.
So both of you all are shoppers, is what you're saying.
Yes, we're at the shopping centre a lot.
At least once a week we're at High Point. Like at least once a week.
Oh, yeah,
What's your favorite store?
Ooh.
Like you all are both looking up at the same time. Your mannerisms are almost exactly alike. So what do you think? Like where is your favorite place? Like if you go to the mall, you're like, I'm hitting this place every time.
I love how you call it mall, bro.
Yeah.
What is it? Say it
I
again.
love how you call it mall instead of
Court
shopping
mall.
center.
We don't
Like
call it that
mall?
necessarily. We just call it like the
Mall.
shopping center.
Oh, mall.
Shopping center. Mall.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
The
a
mall.
shopping center. Yeah, we're like, yeah.
Yeah, we're like that. Oh yeah, JJ and I. So here's the thing. JJ and I love the same stores. And this shirt that I have on, she has it too. And we live in different cities, and we have walked in before. We'll be like, "Oh, we got the same outfit on." And so we do look a little ridiculous. So
Yeah.
you're welcome for that. Well, girls, I know that you all have to start your camp. So I know it's a little after 10 your time.
Okay.
And we have had so much fun with you. We absolutely think you are amazing. And
Thank
we
you.
love how you support your mom. It's very clear. And it's very clear that you all are just have bright, bright, bright futures ahead of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we really appreciate you being with us. And so, guys, until we confess again, thanks so much for listening to the Caregiving Youth Hidden in Plain Sight series. And these are Alia, excuse me, I was putting your names together, Alia and Nahla from Australia. We will see you next time when we confess again.
Bye.
See you, mate.